Is learning the English language your toughest challenge yet? Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.
Hello, my name is Candy Brown. May I have your name?
Hello, Candy. My name is Jim White. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Where are you from?
I'm from New Orleans. What about you?
I was born here.
Really? This is a beautiful town.
It's nice talking to you. But I have to go.
Okay, can I have your phone number?
Okay, it's 15,066,688,866. Call me. Bye-bye, then.
I will. Bye. I don't know how to adjust my life. Would you give me a piece of advice?
You look a bit pale, don't you?
Yes, I can't sleep well every night.
You should get plenty of sleep.
I drink a lot of wine.
If I were you, I wouldn't drink too much.
I often feel so tired.
You better do some exercise every morning.
I sometimes find the shadow of death in front of me.
Why do you worry about your future? You're very young, and you'll make great contribution to the world. I hope you take my advice.
Shall I punch out for you, Ross? I am leaving now.
No, thanks. I have got to work overtime.
But today is Friday. You are not going to work overtime on Friday evening, are you?
Well, I am. I'll have to finish this report for next Monday's meeting. Is Tom coming to pick you up?
No, we'll meet at my house. He invited my family to spend the weekend with his family at their villa.
That's nice. Where is his villa?
It's not his villa, but his father's. I think it's somewhere in Florida. I am not sure myself.
Sometimes I envy you a lot. Tom is a good guy.
Come on. You just haven't met the right person, and I think that you work too much. You should learn how to entertain yourself and enjoy life.
I know, but I am a work maniac.
Well, suit yourself. I've got to run now.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Oh, I forgot to tell you one thing. A girl called this afternoon. She said she was your ex-girlfriend. She wanted you to call her back.
Did she mention anything else?
No, nothing else. See you Monday.
See you. I am not sure what to do during the holidays. Any suggestions?
Well, going to a cinema, visiting the galleries, exhibitions and museums, finding and meeting old friends, exercising in the health club or mountain biking. There are so many good choices.
The problem is that I find all of them are full of fun. I just don't know what to do first.
Why not start with the most interesting one?
Actually, I'm interested in all of them. The more choices we have, the harder to make a decision.
Toss a coin to decide then.
Well, I must be off now. I have an appointment at 6.
In that case, I won't keep you any longer. Drop in any time.
Okay, goodbye.
See you later.
I've been told that you are a very successful businessman abroad. I wonder how you managed to achieve such success.
Oh, through a lot of hard work, of course.
I suppose that in a foreign country it was difficult at first, wasn't it?
Surely it was. Especially when you only knew few people and little English.
You mean you didn't know much English then?
Right. I only knew a few English sentences.
That's incredible. Could you tell me what you did to make a start?
First, I worked as a servant.
Really? I wish you could tell me more about your experience.
I'd like to, but I must run to a meeting.
Do you like cooking?
Yes, I like cooking very much. I got this hobby when I was 12 years old.
Why do you like it?
I have no idea. I like cooking by myself. I like to taste delicious food.
That's wonderful.
And I love trying new recipes, which I usually test with my friends. You can come, too.
Really? I hope I can have a chance to taste it. Don't forget to tell me.
Certainly.
Hi, Sandra. How was your weekend?
Great. I went hiking in the mountains on Saturday.
Fantastic. How was that?
Really good. You should try it sometime.
I might. What did you do yesterday?
Nothing much. Just went to bed early. I was still tired from Saturday.
Hey Aiden, I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
That depends. What is it?
It's kind of a big favor. I'm absolutely flat broke, and I owe my landlady $200. She's given me until Friday to give it to her, but I don't get paid until next Monday. Do you think you could loans?
I'd love to help you out, but I'm a bit short on cash this month as well. I had to get a new engine put into my car, and that ate up my savings.
If you can't give me the full amount, a fraction of it would still help. I'll pay you back on Monday. I promise.
Let's see. I've got about $50 to get me through the weekend. I can only spare about $20. I would give you more if I had it. I just don't have much money to my name right now.
Thanks a lot, Aiden. Every little bit will help. Tell you what, if you aren't doing anything tonight, why don't you come over and have dinner at my place?
That'd be great. Thanks. What time should I come over?
How about at 6 p.m.?
See you then.
I would like to take a trip to the beach this weekend.
A trip to the beach would be fun. How is the weather going to be?
The forecast says that it will be warm on the weekend.
So do you think it'll be perfect weather for the beach?
It sounds like it will be.
I really hope it doesn't get cold.
That would ruin things. I want to go so badly.
The weather in California is unpredictable, so you never know.
That is true. The weather is constantly changing.
It would be nice if the weather would never change.
That would be great. Then we could plan things sooner.
True. Predictable weather would make life easier.
Which social problem do you think the government needs to concentrate on most?
I think housing is a big problem. There are thousands of homeless people on the streets.
How would you solve the problem?
I have a good idea to solve it. The government could provide some money for homeless people to build their own homes.
It would probably be very expensive.
I think the government can afford it. Besides, there are many advantages. Homeless people would find it easier to get jobs if they had an address. They would learn some useful skill for finding jobs.
It's not a bad idea. I think education is the biggest problem at the moment. Schools don't seem to have enough money to educate kids properly.
If we are to invest more money to education, we will need to raise taxes. That wouldn't be popular with voters.
Most voters want everything both ways. They want the government to pay for lots of things, but without increasing taxes.
The government should show that it is using money efficiently. Sometimes you hear about how the government has wasted money on a project.
Yes, the government has limited funds and must show that it is using the money responsibly. Now that you're commanding such enormous fees, producers, directors, movie makers must see you in a completely different light.
Yeah.
Then the standard that you set yourself originally must have changed.
Well, if that's the case, I don't mind breaking the image that they might have or the standards that they have. I can only do what I know, and live how I've lived all my life, because I'm a fairly stubborn person.
It seems to me that now you're famous. You've got to go out and be seen at the right places and go to the right parties.
I don't go to parties. The parties I go to are the barbecues I have in my house. Being seen in the right places is something that I don't believe in. I don't believe in going to events just for the sake of being seen.
Then fans don't see you much in public places.
Yes, I have a very low-key life. I have a great life. I love what I do and I love how I spend my time, which isn't in a public place.
A lot of people compare you to Julia Roberts. I wondered if there was anyone that you compare yourself to in Hollywood, that you've watched and thought, well, they've got something I could use a little bit or could learn a little bit about.
I've never had one person that I'd idolized. The comparisons to Julia Roberts are incredibly flattering. I don't really know who I would compare myself to. I'd like to be a combination of a lot of people. A little bit of everything, really. I haven't quite figured out where my strengths are yet, and I've definitely found my weaknesses.
Have you read the feature article about Oprah Winfrey in this magazine?
No, what's it about?
Apparently, she's being given an award for donating so much money to charity.
She's very generous with her money. I think that's because she was poor when she was young.
I heard that she's one of the wealthiest women in the world.
I'd believe it. She owns magazines, television shows, and she has a huge fan base.
You know, I heard that she was opening a school for underprivileged girls in Africa.
Did they mention that in the article?
Yes, she's not only building the school, but is also using her own money for the upkeep of the school and to pay the teachers a fair salary.
That's really commendable. I think more celebrities should use their money to help people like Oprah has.
I agree. So many celebrities waste their money on sports cars, expensive clothing, and luxurious hotels.
It's amazing how much money they can spend. I heard Britney Spears once spent $24,000 a night on a hotel room.
What a waste. It's good to see some stars that are more concerned with charity than status symbols. Hi, Maggie, did you hear about David?
About David? No, I didn't hear anything.
You know, about David and new boss.
Sorry, I don't quite follow you.
Well, I hear David have been fired.
Oh, that is a shame. He is really hard working.
How do you like your work?
The work is rather hard, but it's interesting.
What do you do?
I work in a publishing house. How about you?
Mine isn't hard, but it's not interesting.
What do you do then?
I'm a clerk in a shop. I'm not a VIP.
You're too humble.
How do you arrange this summer vacation?
I want to travel.
Where would you like to go?
The seaside.
That's really a good idea. Taking a walk on the beach and lying in the sun are pretty good. I recommend you Qingdao or Dalian.
I've been to Qingdao before, so I'll choose Dalian. I've heard that the environment there is very good.
Yes, that's a good place to spend a holiday. Last year I went there. It's really.
Thank you.
Steve, when are you going back to America?
Next week.
Wow, so soon. I'm going to miss you.
Wow, what's the hold up?
It's probably just people trying to get an early start out of the city for the weekend. Nobody sticks around in the summer.
Really? Then, I guess I won't have a hard time finding a room or getting a cab.
Actually, you might because there's a big convention in town this weekend.
I'm not too worried about it. I always seem to find something.
Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.